Hi, Simon here from HobbyKing.com, and today I want to show you the JYU Hornet S drone. It has a 6-axis gyroscope for super stable flight. This version that we're selling here is the FPV version. You can see just at the bottom here with the FPV camera. You can also just slip that out if you didn't want to fly with that camera, and you can actually just replace that with that front cover. Just around the back of the drone here, you'll see the battery compartment. Now that's a 2,500 milliamp 11.1, so it's a 3S battery, and it has about a flight time of around 20 minutes, which is pretty much on par with most of the little camera ships that are flying around these days. It's just a one press to turn on the battery indicator to show you how much charge is on, and then a long press that will actually turn on the drone itself. So we just turn that off. The takeoff weight is about 1 kilogram, and it has a ascent rate of about 10 meters per second and a descent rate of around 5 meters per second. So even in full descent rate, it's actually quite stable and it doesn't get into the prop wash of the drone itself. So it can be stable the whole time you're actually flying this. As I was mentioning to you before, this is the FPV version. So at the front here you have your FPV camera. So that's a 480p at 25 frames per second FPV camera. And there really is no latency when you hook it up to an FPV system or on the screen here and you do the bump test at the front. So you'll see with the latency, there really is no latency to complain about with this drone at all. We'll just move on to the radio and I'll just show you some of the features on the radio. There's 3 different flight modes, all the way from beginner all the way to advanced. It's a centralized stick position radio, so when you let go of the sticks, in beginner mode it'll actually sit there in altitude hold and GPS hold. You'll have a return to home button, so if you press that, get into trouble or you want to come back to a landing position, you can just hit that, and the return to home is actually quite fast on this thing. The automatic takeoff and automatic landing button, again on beginner mode you could just press that. It'll actually rise up to about 3 meters and just sit there and hover and wait till you actually start flying it around. Also it has a landing mode, so if you press that again while it's in flight, it'll actually come down and land. On the top left of the radio here you can see a little LED button. Now what that does, it actually changes the lights at the bottom here, different colors, different orientation, or you can have them blinking and things like that. With the LED indicator lights on this, when it gets to low battery, it'll actually warn you with low battery, and then it'll actually give you a fast blinking, which will be extremely low battery, you really should come in to land right now. So this is the FPV version, and you obviously can see the screen on the top of the radio. We'll just switch over to the OSD and we'll show you some elements of the OSD. On the top left-hand corner, you'll see the mode that it's in, whether it's in stability mode, manual mode, altitude mode, or position mode. Next along, you'll see the percentage of the signal from the transmitter, the time that the Hornet S has been powered on for, and the voltage indicator as well. In the center you'll see the artificial horizon, and to the left of that you'll see the ascent and descent rate indicator as well. On the bottom left of the screen you'll see the communication distance, so how far it is from the home point. In the center of the bottom is the flight direction of a return to home, so where you need to fly to get back to your home. And then on the very right hand side is the flight altitude. The transmitter does have a little FPV screen on there, but if you wanted to incorporate that onto your FPV goggles, you could actually use something like the Cyclops, and it's a great image out of that Cyclops flying FPV with the Hornet S. What's included in the box, you'll see that we've got a charger, charging not only the main battery, but you can also got a USB slot there, you can actually charge the transmitter as well. Some instruction manuals, USB cable to charge the transmitter and also connect that up to the PC if you wish. Your transmitter of course, your little bay if you wanted to take the FPV camera out and just slide that in. And in the box there's some spare props. So that's the JYU Hornet S drone. A link to the product will be listed down below in the video description. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and until next time, see you later.